today for us here at all those events. Can you hear us better? Okay, thanks. I'm Bob Anderson from Albuquerque, and I want to thank the Means family for doing all you've done here for this Women Warriors Project and for the food and the good time here today. And I just wanted to share a little bit. I was one of the Vietnam veterans who joined the occupation and rebellion here at Wounded Knee, and I got to know Russell, your brother, in many different kind of ways and programs and activities that we took up there in the defense of the people here at Wounded Knee. And then many years later, Russell would come through Albuquerque, and a friend of mine, Al Cooper, and I, who were from there, would host Russell and have a good time with him and hang out. We would go to meals and things like that. So I have a lot of fond memories of him. Some hard, some good, some funny, and some pretty wild at times, like we were at Wounded Knee when we were running and trying to take cover and things like that. I don't know what to say. Russell got me involved in this, changed my whole life, and I think pushed forward the struggle. I remember some of us were in Albuquerque watching the news one night, and we saw Russell come on TV and say, "Come help us." You know, the occupation had started and people had been here for a few days and it was getting worse, and the feds were throwing up roadblocks and blocking off the roads around here and making it really difficult for people to get in and out and get food and supplies there. And so some of us had a chapter of the Vietnam Veterans Against the War, which was an organization fighting against our government in the war in Vietnam. And we realized that we had been on the wrong side in that war. And we were standing around, I can remember this, we were talking, and one night we said, we should go help those people. If Russell Means is on TV saying we need help, and we know how a lot of these fights go down and what we can do and what's possible. So just in ourselves, we loaded up in a car, a couple cars actually, and a lot of supplies and things, and took off and drove up here. For us, it was a 2-day drive at that time. And I don't know, there's many, many stories involved in all that and what happened and how we got here and what we did. But I do remember one of the first times I met Russell, I was intimidated by the guy. I was scared to death. This guy comes up, you know, I mean, he's a heavy dude. And we just seen him on TV talking to the country, talking about calling for help and people to come in here. So here he was and here we were. And he looks us over, of us 5 Vietnam veterans. We're dressed in fatigues, and some of us wearing things and carrying arms and things like that. And he wasn't sure about us. He didn't know which side we were on. But we had gotten through the roadblock that one night when they took it down. So we told him and said, "Hey, we're here to help you. You know, we wanted to get involved in this and see what we can do." And from there, history is in the making for us and a lot of other people. And so I just, and Bill, your brother is the one that got us into this. And so I want to thank you for that and your family, wonderful family, and all this going on here. And keep the struggle going. Let's pass this on to a new generation, the young people, and because it's not over, and there's a lot of hard times ahead of us and scary times, but it can be done, and people like Russell were an inspiration for all of us. So thank you very much, Bill.